This is Toss Talk, where it's all about yard games, having fun, and what it takes to create social entertainment. With your host and creator, Kelvin, on Toss Tunes Radio.
Hey, what is up? And welcome back to another episode of Toss Talk. And today we have a popular Instagram page called Yard Game Nation. Yes, I have the owner, operator of this page, Tony. He is a yard game enthusiast, entrepreneur, writer, and he just created this page just to share more yard games because don't we all like to play some yard games, right? I'm excited to talk to him because I've seen a bunch of his posts, seen him around, welcome him into the community, and I just want to see what he's all about and what he has in store for us with this awesome new Instagram page. So check him out. Links are in the show notes, and let's get into this chat. Oh, and fun fact, by the way, this is the second time I'm doing this chat with him. The first time we had a little bit of an error happen. I forgot to press the record button. No, it's technical difficulties. But he was kind enough to re-record this, so we had a little fun texting about that. Anyways, oh, and one last thing. Happy 50th episode to me. I actually did not think I'd be reaching this milestone so quickly, and just how many games there are. And there's still so many more to go. So stoked on this milestone and stoked to keep for all the support and to keep going. So thank you guys. And I am truly blessed and glad to be doing this and glad that there's enough content that I can keep doing this. So thanks again. And let's get into this chat.
Hi, Kelvin.
Hey, Tony, what's up?
Not much. How you doing this morning?
I'm good, man. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. Yeah, thanks for asking.
Hey, yeah. Merry Christmas to you as well.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. Yeah, did you have a good one?
Yeah, it was good. Just chill with the fam. Nothing too crazy. How about yourself?
Same thing. Yeah, we're kept it pretty tight, but yeah, family, and it was good.
Yeah, man. That's good to hear, and thanks for hopping back on another phone call with me.
Yeah, for sure.
For round two.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Oh, man. Yeah, things happen. You can't control it.
No, can't control technology. It's in charge.
Yeah, all right. But yeah, let's just talk about your Instagram page. What's been going on with it, and how'd you get it started? What was your background and journey towards creating it?
Yeah, so to get started, it was one of those things where COVID started and, you know, we were hanging out, not doing a ton, and it was springtime, summertime, really nice out, and I'm kind of a game junkie, yard games, game room games, whatever. I just love to play games, board games, doesn't matter. I like to play, I like to compete, and so I have all these games, new games, antique games that I collect that I haven't really shared many pictures of yet, but I just thought I wanted to start sharing them. I love the creativity of yard games. You know, some of them are fun, some of them are less fun, but all of them I think have a place, and so I just started sharing them, and I didn't really know this community was out there, the yard game community that is huge and, man, the most positive, nice people I've ever met. And so as I started sharing, people started following and commenting, and it's really grown into, you know, a community, which has been really cool.
That is awesome, man. And where are you from? Where are you located?
I'm in Bellingham, Washington. I live just outside Bellingham, so it's in between Seattle and Vancouver, Canada. And so up in the Pacific Northwest, yard game season is challenging right now because it's we had snow. Then yesterday it was just monsooning out, but you know, we get our breaks in the rain and get outside and you know.
I hear you on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm in Virginia Beach. It's still kind of nice out here, even though it's
Yeah.
just like 20 degrees the other day. But
Oh, really? It got
at
cold.
least it did, but at least the sun's out.
Yeah.
Oh man, so you're all about some yard games. Welcome to the community. I'm
Thank
glad
you.
you're here to share, and you know, the more we share and get things out, you know, more games will be more popular. Besides, you know, just cornhole and spike ball and all those games.
Yeah. Well, and
Um,
your podcast introduced me to a lot of games. As I was getting this started, I stumbled upon your podcast and allowed me to start discovering the world. And now I've interacted quite a bit with a lot of the people that you've had on your podcast, which has been really cool.
that's awesome. Yeah, I've been getting a lot of feedback like that too. Like people hear the people on the podcast and then they just hit them up, DM, and start communicating. So I like that the community is kind of evolving around that.
Yeah, and everybody's just totally open, right, for collaboration and whatever. People just want to have fun, which is what's so cool about this group.
I love that. What's your favorite yard game to play?
My favorite yard game is Bullseye Bucket.
Yes, I've
It
heard of that game. I actually haven't played it yet, but it looks like
Man,
fun.
I it's one of those games that I discovered it years ago, actually, and I'm actually on my second set because the first set got broken and beat up from getting kicked, but it's one of those games where three people, or you have four people playing, right, and you and your teammate are both involved at the same time because your partner can hack it in, and it's just really fun. It's one of those games that every time I break it out, really popular, and kind of all skill levels can play it and have fun.
Yeah, it does look like one of those games where, like, if you see somebody play, you're gonna have to be like, "Hey, what are you guys doing over there?"
It's unique and yeah, like I say, it can get really competitive, but my 8-year-old daughter can play it and still have fun with it. And, sometimes she'll make some crazy shots. Pretty cool.
Nice, nice. I have to track them down and get them on the podcast. Got to add it to the list.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh man. So since joining the community, I know you said everybody is like nice and open to talk to, but what's your most interesting takeaway in your opinion from the yard game community?
Man, that's a good question. For me, well, it all kind of started out this way of why I like. So I'm entrepreneurial. I've had a variety of different businesses over the years, and what has always pulled me towards yard games is just the entrepreneurship and the creativity. And as I've gotten into this and gotten to actually talk to a bunch of the creators, I actually just wrote an article about 3 of them, all of which were on your podcast: Puckleboard, On Top Ball Toss, and Delu. And
Nice.
And I've talked about all these, talked to these different people that are creating these games, and so the creativity, the entrepreneurship, it's really cool to see. So for me, I guess the biggest takeaway is the passion that people have and the willingness to take the plunge and go after it.
Yes, yes. I mean, for me, like talking with everybody and hearing them talk about their ideas and their babies, their businesses that they're starting, and just how, yeah, like you said, their passion behind it. It is cool to just hear all these stories about the games we love.
Yeah, and people don't understand that being an entrepreneur isn't just networking and cocktails, right? It's a lot of
Yeah.
lonely nights working away, no matter what you're doing, right? It all comes down to lots of paperwork and all the stuff that people don't see that goes on behind the scenes. And so it's cool to see that, people have this vision and they're willing to put in the effort to make the vision a reality.
Yeah.
Also that people like you and me can have fun.
That's true. That's true. Oh man, I know I have so many games now that I'm getting like backed up on playing all of them. But I'm excited. I can't wait for actually summertime so I can really get out and start playing every game.
Yeah, same here. I've got quite a few games that I haven't played or that I've only played a couple times, so you don't even really get the feel yet. But it's cool. Some of these games, that's what my article was about, was some of these games that can be played inside during the
Yeah.
winter. And so my wife and I yesterday actually were just competing in some on top ball toss, which was pretty fun.
Nice. I just got a lazy sack set and that game is actually a lot of fun to sit down and play inside.
Yeah, well, it's funny, a little story. I was camping this summer with my buddy and our kids, and we were just being lazy playing. I have these mini cornhole boards. We were
Yeah.
sitting in the lawn chairs and playing cornhole, and had even made the rule that if you made the other person move, you got a penalty. And
That's
and then
hilarious.
I saw Lazy Sack, like a month later or something. I'm like, this is awesome. So I don't even think I posted a picture of it yet, but I instantly bought it, and me and my buddy played it. Yeah, it's super fun.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that game's a lot of fun. That's like probably on my top of the list right now. Next question. So do you have any yard game ideas like for yourself? Like anything in the pipeline that you're working on?
I do, and I've actually been focusing quite a bit on writing lately. So I haven't been putting that much effort into actually creating them, but I have three prototypes of games that I've made, and have actually
Nice,
talked to
nice.
some people in the community about potentially making them.
That's
And
awesome.
yeah, so we'll see. It may be something that I go on my own. It's definitely something that I'd be up for collaborating with somebody on. My goal is to, just the more games there are and to see everybody's creativity. You'd think that people could be competitive about it and not want to share, but it seems like the more ideas people have and the more games that get made, that just leads to more ideas and more games. So I think the more we can
Yeah,
get out there, the more stuff people are going to come up with.
I know, right? I mean, I was thinking that I'm like, oh, there's not going to be that many games out there, or maybe there'll be too much. But now I'm like, there's like just the right amount. We need like more games because there's so many people that don't even know about the games that are out right now. That I'm like, people need to keep creating because getting some really creative games going on, and I love it.
Yeah, I think we're at a really cool time. Like I say, I've always been really into games, and it just seems like now, and maybe it's social media or whatever, but the sharing of it and the development of these games is really just blowing up, and it's pretty cool to see.
It is, and I'm glad to be a part of it, and yeah, it's fun. I'm chatting with you, some more people to share and get it out there. And just if anything you've seen that I didn't see, like people send me stuff all the time, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and that's part of my goal, right? Is I'm trying to do some videos and writing some articles and stuff, but a lot of it is just posting a picture so that if somebody's scrolling through Instagram, they might stumble upon it and be like, "Oh man, I never heard of that." And that's if I come up with a game, it may be the most
Yeah.
fun game ever, probably not, but if nothing else, it'll add to the community, and maybe people
Yeah.
will want to
Well,
play it and have a good time, and maybe it'll lead to some other good ideas.
well, I'm excited to see what you come up with, and definitely willing to help any way I can. So that's awesome.
Cool, I appreciate that.
Let's talk a little bit about pickleball. I know you have an interesting connection to the background of it. Let's chat about that.
Yeah, pickleball, it's one of those sports that is just taken the country by storm. And so it started in Washington, on, I believe, Bainbridge Island. And so I grew up thinking everybody played pickleball. My uncle actually had a pickleball court at his house. So in the summer when we'd go there, I'd play pickleball. And
nice.
In junior high, we played pickleball in PE because my PE teacher was super into it. I ended up coaching track with him and went to his house and found out he actually had a pickleball court at his house. And so it's one of those things that, I thought everybody played it. And then lo and behold, as it's taken the country by storm, most people didn't even know about it. And
I know, right?
I've got a buddy who's, I think all the tournaments have been put on hold lately, but he's like semi-pro and crushing it. And, he's a big, tall guy. He's a beast at the net. And it's really fun that, I've seen this sport for my entire life. And it's really cool to see it take off because it's one of those games that whether you're 80 or 10, you can get out there and play it and have fun. And it can be super competitive as well.
Yeah. I mean, just like you said, I didn't really realize how it started so long ago. I thought it was just like brand new since it's like on the scene and it's like everywhere these days. Everybody's doing it. A lot of the older tennis players are like switching to pickleball now. I think it's cool how it's blown up though.
Yeah, we've just been hiding it up here in the Pacific Northwest, I guess.
I guess so.
We have all these steep hills and stuff, especially on an island. So ball doesn't roll as far as a tennis ball, I guess.
Nice. Yeah, I've played pickleball a few times. It's fun. You can get a little workout in too. I like it.
Oh yeah, you definitely can get a good workout in. And man, up at the net, I can be an intense sport when you're up there. So it's fun.
Oh yeah. All right, guys. I hope you're enjoying the show so far. We'll be right back after this short break. Hey, have you heard of giant Pong basketball? Yes, even basketball has its own backyard game. It is truly amazing. And this company has even put together its own virtual yard game competition featuring, giant Pong basketball. It is very cool to see all these players compete in the 60-second challenge. And our listeners today will receive 10% off their purchase of a giant basketball set using promo code TOSSYARD. That is promo code TOSSYARD. Links are in the show notes. Check it out. If you enjoy basketball, you'll enjoy this game. All right, so welcome back. Let's get back into this chat. Let's move on to the random question round. I got a few questions for you. Let the listeners get to know you a little bit better. First question. What is your favorite side dish at a cookout?
I'm going to go with coleslaw.
Nice.
Especially like if there's, pulled pork or something. I like putting it right there on the sandwich.
Nice. I like my coleslaw a little spicy though.
Man, I do.
Actually, I just like everything spicy.
Yeah, I like spicy too. And there's actually this grocery store nearby that they make like this spicy cilantro coleslaw. Ooh. And it's pretty good if you put it on tacos.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
Yeah.
I might do that for lunch today.
Yeah.
Some tacos. All right, second question. If you had to get rid of a yard game or a sport, what would it be?
Well, I'm going to do this solely based off of the fact that it's probably one of my worst games, but I'm going to say croquet.
Croquet.
Yeah, and it pains me because all these games, I love the history of them. They all build on each other, and I actually would like to write a book someday about yard games and stuff. But yeah, when people break out the game, I just know that my day of croquet is going to be painful.
It actually is a tough game. I actually played a good couple rounds of it, like truly playing it by the rules, and I was like, this is a little bit hard. Like
it is. It's a hard game. I don't know what it is, but I can't control that mallet and ball at the same time.
Yeah, especially if it's not like a well cut grass or anything like that. If it's a little like thick, yeah, you're gonna have a tough day playing.
Yeah, for sure. And there's actually a big this local brewery. They put on a croquet tournament every year, and my buddy's one of the managers there. And so for years, I would go to this tournament and just get my butt kicked. So that's probably it's probably why it's lower on my list.
Yeah, it's popping up a lot more in like bars and breweries around here. Kind of like bocce ball a little bit. People are starting to take more to it. So maybe we'll see some more croquet happening.
Yeah, well, it's interesting, the brewery scene and this whole just kind of hanging out lifestyle, which has been hampered by COVID a bit here, but
yeah,
there's so many places now that they're almost designed around having the space for people to get out and play the games and just chilling, I guess. It's really cool. That's what I like to do, is just hang out and compete with my friends.
Oh yeah. All right, third question. Okay, this is a good one. Do you believe in life on other planets that look exactly like us?
So I've listened to your other podcast. I know your take on it, and I'm sorry to say I'm going to disagree. I think they look different. And actually, I was just talking to my daughter about this. She was saying, well, they don't have ears. They just have holes in the side of their head. And she says they don't wear clothes. I'm like, you don't know. How would you know that?
Yeah, right?
But I'm going to say no. They don't look they're not exactly like us.
All right, you're on the other side.
I'm on the other side.
I think it could happen. I mean, we don't even need to go down that path.
Okay.
Oh, all right. Fourth question: what's the most influential book you've read?
For me, it's probably Rich Dad Poor Dad. I don't know if you've read that book or not.
Yes,
but
I have read that.
Yeah, it's for people that haven't. It's a financial book, and it's all about investing and cash flow. And I do some business consulting and some real estate consulting, and real estate investing is a lot of what I do. And that book really, really explains all the principles well, and assets and liabilities. And so that book definitely stuck with me. I've read it multiple times, and it's probably the book I recommend the most.
Yeah, that's probably one of the only books I've read multiple times, because my dad gave it to me when I was young, and I was like, I don't even get this. But after reading it, as I kept getting older, I was like, oh, it's starting to make sense now.
Well, that's awesome. I just read it for the first time, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago now, but yeah, I didn't read it as a kid or in my early 20s. But now, for your listeners that have kids, there's some good things out there. He has a comic book called Escaping the Rat Race, which is
nice.
Awesome for kids. And then we actually just got this for Christmas. Santa brought it, but there's a game. He has Cash Flow, the game, but then he also has Cash Flow for Kids.
So very cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. So we broke it out yesterday, actually, for the first time.
Yeah, I have to check that out for my nieces and nephews. They might like that.
Yeah.
All right. Last question here. What's the most interesting place you've traveled?
Most interesting place, man. I loved Costa Rica when I went to Costa Rica. That was just a great place. But I also, this was pretty close by, but I went in this old gold mine, and it was insane. Just can't see a thing, totally dark. You're way in the hill. And that is probably the most interesting place I've ever actually been, even though I didn't have to travel that far to go there.
Ah, nice.
Yeah,
Very
pretty
cool. I like that. Well, that's it. Thanks for playing. Yeah, got some good answers there. I like it.
Thanks.
So what can we see coming from you in the future? Like for your Instagram page and everything. What do you have coming for us?
Yeah, well, I want to keep. I'm actually just trying to be a little more consistent on. Probably post pictures a couple times a week, just of the games I have. I want to share some more of the historical games I have. I got a couple of antique games that I've come across that I don't really know anything about, so I'm gonna see if maybe the community can help me figure out who made them or where they came from, and try to keep doing videos and promoting people. And like I say, I've gotten to write. So I have a blog I write at TonyMoceri.com, and I wrote a blog piece about you and Torque Sports.
Yeah.
And I just wrote an article for this publication here locally where I live in Whatcom County about those indoor games, and I've written some other blog posts for some people. So yeah, I really want to just keep coming up with creative ways to promote the community. So posting and writing and doing different things. And I'm involved in the giant Pong tournament regularly, which is super fun.
Nice.
I've been trying to bow out for the winner, but he keeps roping me in. So I'll be doing those, even though my hands might be cold and it might be wet out. I'll do my best.
Yeah. Oh, that tournament's just been taken off.
Oh my gosh, it's super fun. It's really, really competitive and fun, and he's just so consistent about it. It's really cool. It just keeps going. It's been great for the community, I think.
It has been. But yeah, that's cool. I like to see more work coming from you, more articles, more posts, and yeah, I'm here to collaborate and help you out any way I can.
Yeah, I appreciate it. No, I love listening to your podcast, and I get, now it seems like I know about a lot of them. So now I'm excited. I go, oh, cool. I already have that game. Or, you're almost like a gateway drug where you introduce this stuff to everybody, and then now you just keep feeding it out there, which is really cool.
I like that. Last question here. As a, social media influencer, entrepreneur, what is your mantra or quote or inspiration that gets you out, that motivates you to do what you do?
I think for me, oh man, I got a couple I live by, but I always think outside the box. That's a big part of what I do on my cork board. I got a black box and a big red sink outside of it. So that's a big part of what I do, is just try to think outside the box and come up with new, innovative things and that. Yeah.
I like that because and just in business and in anything too, it's good to have a good creative mind, think of different ideas to get you to that ultimate goal. So think outside the box. It's good.
Yeah, for me, I think it's led to a lot of my success over the years is just trying to be creative and problem solve. Like I say, I've had a variety of different businesses. My wife and I have had businesses together, and sometimes we went into them with little or no experience. And so just trying to be creative and come up with a different approach to that business has served me well over the years. And plus it's fun to kind of challenge the norm. So
I like it. Man, well, thanks for redoing this interview again with me. This is only the second time this has happened. You're number two.
Yeah, no problem. You know, as we were talking there, I was kind of wondering. I go, man, I wonder if my answers have changed in the last couple months.
I know, right? No, you're spot on. They're good. They're pretty good. I'm gonna put this out soon. You're gonna be episode number 50. It's a milestone number. So
cool. I like it.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you doing this, and I appreciate you having me on, and I'm excited for us to keep collaborating going forward.
Yes, me too. And enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll be in touch.
Yeah, you too. Thanks a lot, Kelvin.
Later.
All right, bye.
That was Tony, owner and operator of the Instagram page Yard Game Nation. Check it out. Just like me, he's putting out a lot of content and doing some blogs and articles. So you can get if you can't quite listen to the podcast, you can read about the game and check it out. Got some good lists going on, and yeah, he's posted pictures and getting involved in the community. Hit him up if you guys want to collaborate. Sounds like he has some good ideas brewing, and hey, he might even write a good article about your game. So check him out. Links are in the show notes, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.